Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset and Crypto on the Rocks. All right, tonight it's beer. So, cheers. I still got some of the other stuff, but wait, look at this. Hey, here he is. Welcome, my friend. Glad to see you here.
Oh boy, it's been a while, but it's good to be here. Hello, how you been?
It has been a minute there, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, listen, I understand you got the family things going on, my friend. I get it. Every time I shoot you that message saying, hey, if you can make it, that's all it is. It's just hey, here's your invite. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I appreciate you being here. All right, we got somebody in the chat. Let's see what we got in the chat. Automatic Beats in the chat in the house. Welcome. Yes, let's go. So how's it going? How's your week been? Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. I'm waiting until dinner. I got about half hour or so, and then I'll probably have to part ways.
No problem.
But well enough. Everything on the home front's moving well.
Excellent.
God. In the crypto space, things have been interesting indeed.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
No, the one thing, I guess, the recap of the last couple of weeks that I've noticed is once the Binance settlement became news, it seemed like the veil had been opened and the curtain had been opened, the veil had been taken off, and we can see where things are going as far as regulatory capture, reporting requirements, everything like that. It's almost like saying the U.S. has become, at least from the perspective of being able to enjoy just starting with Bitcoin, the sovereign properties that it enables people to be their own bank, peer-to-peer transactions, no intermediaries. It's like it's hostile territory.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shooting that direction anyway.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, look, Elizabeth Warren, and Jamie Dimon. I mean, come on now. They should both just shut the fuck up, frankly. But that's beside the point. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's okay. Hey, part of the convo.
Yeah.
Oh no. I was listening to. I don't know. Do you listen to Marty Bent's podcast?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that down though, because I'm gonna go look them up.
The channel, it's been turned into an acronym. It used to be Tales from the Crypto.
Oh, I think I've seen that. I might be subscribed. Yeah.
It's TCFC now. But today they were talking. I was listening to it on the way home, and they were talking about same thing, the regulatory capture, the big institutions trying to capture everything. I guess there was a treasury memo or something like that where people wanted, where it was a recommendation that essentially there'd be no privacy, wallet nodes, I mean, all that stuff. So, I mean, that was a good recap. And one thing that was brought up too was for all the users out there who are using Ledger cold wallets.
Oh, yes, I was going to bring that up. Go ahead, my friend.
Heard about that? Was that someone was trying to do whatever, work with the software, make their own copy, something like that. And when they started researching, they discovered that there's a huge amount of data from the computer app Ledger Live.
Yes.
That you run in your computer to interact with your cold wallet. There's a huge data dump going to third parties that they have, I'm guessing, hired to manage whatever data function, which, I mean, the general assessment by Marty and Matt Odell was that it's not necessarily it's more of a, not necessarily a security risk, but it's a privacy risk.
Yep.
And so that just made me say, holy crap, like.
Yeah, it's basically tracking every move you're making, which I don't know. I promoted Ledger for a long time, but I'll tell you what, I don't have anything left on Ledger after the whole recover thing. And I'm not, after this, especially, I heard the same thing. And he was showing, I don't remember who it was, but showing like pieces of the code in different threads and stuff like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me right now?
I mean, I honestly don't think the people at Ledger, they can't say anything other than, because I remember there was that controversy 6 months ago. It was like a certain function that they were enabling in the software. I
Yeah,
forget.
that's the recover service. Yes.
Oh yeah, where it's like, well, it's optional and all this and that. I mean, it's
Yep.
their Ledger. If you're a person who is seeking financial privacy, Ledger is not a product that I would recommend using at
Right.
all.
How, and they're the biggest in the space.
I know.
They're the biggest in the space. It's scary. It's scary. I like I said, I stopped promoting them, and although in order to function in certain things, like I'm trying to do a lot of work with Thor Swap and so
Mhm.
on. That's one of the main wallets for cold storage wallets. It's them and Trezor. That's it. Like for cold storage to be able to do these swaps. So it's like, good Lord, man, and now I see this and I'm just, what do I do? I don't know. I don't know.
It's like, for the people who are, trying to see a little bit further into this, it's coming down to third-party risk, in that when push comes to shove, you have a team of people that are running this operation. They can get squeezed
Yep.
by law enforcement officials, tax
Yep.
officials, a change in law that often says if you want to operate in this country, you have to
This is what
provide.
you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And in which case it's either, well, we either remove, or, hey guys, it was a nice party while it was, and then no more
Right.
company.
And now here we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got? Automatic Beats is saying web wallets are bust. Hey, listen, I understand, and they're definitely easy to use and interact with, but it's like everything else, what's going on in the back end of those? It really makes me wonder. And for everybody who's just joining in, if you want to come join Brian and I just put the link in the live chat, so go ahead, hit that, and we'll get you on. We'll chat. So anyway, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt there, but keep going. I love your insight. So this is the TCB show right now. So
This, I was thinking about myself, I'm just kind of like taking a day at a time this week. And today it was like, you know what? I don't need to work. Usually I'll work up some sort of a script to work off as for the weekly summary, just
yes,
to keep on point. It's like, oh no, this is one where it's all upstairs and it's just waiting to come out.
yep.
Where
Sometimes live streams are easy. Yes.
yes,
They
yes,
give you everything you need.
yes. Another thing I was gonna I crossed my path. I want to bring up on my end CoinGecko. So I usually don't check prices, and I was,
I actually have it ready to come up. If you want, I can put it right up
oh
on the
yeah,
screen.
shoot.
All right, come on. Let's go on the screen here. Oops, there it is. Sorry, get us out of here. Let me. How about that? That a little bit better. What were you looking at in particular?
Well, what I was looking is kind of like a couple points. I had your video earlier this week. Is it too late to get in at these price points?
Yep.
And I'm looking at, there were two things that came to mind. One, which was kind of the side note. Actually, I'll just go. If you scroll down, like top 10, top 20, you're seeing over the week prices are going up 20%, 15%, 40%. It's like,
Yep.
the gates have opened,
Yep.
and the horses are gone at this point.
Yeah.
You don't get
Yeah.
this across the board big price pumps in a sideways market.
Yep.
It's the next cycle of bull for prices has begun.
I agree. I agree. You want to touch on some of these prices while you're here? This is usually how I start my stream, so this is great to having you here. Do you mind?
You know what? I'll let you take the lead on that, because prices for me, they're just barometers of, okay, how much, where is it at, how can it
Yeah.
affect popularity. So no, go ahead and take the lead on this.
Well, I mean, I usually go down to where we do our dollar cost average coins here. Bitcoin obviously leading the way. Look at this, like you were just saying, up 14.5% in the last 7 days.
I mean,
Crazy.
44,000.
Yeah.
We're
Yep.
15, no, what, 20,000 away from hitting the all-time high.
Yep. Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Look,
and
crazy, right?
we just what? When did it make the first pump? Was it after when it went up from like from the 15s to the 20s? Was that?
And it was hovering in that 25, 27 cycle for a while. Then it did a kind of a pump to 30 and then held that, and then did another pump up to like 35 and held that. It's kind of funny. I put up my DCA stuff all the time. You know what? I'm gonna bring that up real quick. Hold on one second.
Okay.
For this particular because Bitcoin is part of the portfolio, DCA right here. And I'll go to the Bitcoin page, and you can see, look at the price action here, starting from 10.9, 27.7, 28.6. Where are we here? Right here. Third, and then look, there's the jump. A week later to 34.7.
I'm
Are
looking
you
at.
able to see that screen up there?
Yes, I am. It's coming
Oh,
up.
okay, good. I'm like, wait a minute, is this even showing? And then it kind of hovered in that 34 right here, 34.6, 34.6, 35, 35, and then here we go, the slow step up, 36, 36, 36, whoops, 37, 38, 38, and then bam, here's the next step right here within a week, beginning of
Wow.
December, 44. And it's been in that 44 range ever since.
I'm looking at on my side CoinGecko and just watching how it made that jump. The jump from the bottom in the teens up into the 20s was back in January, and it was after the. Oh no, it wasn't until October that it broke out of the 26 range into the
Right.
30s.
It was that was it what did I just closed it, but it was October. Hold on. Because every week I DCA. So yeah, October 9 was 27, 16 was 28, and then the 25th of October for me, it was 34.7. So there's a almost $10,000 jump in a week.
Yes, huge.
Yep. That's crazy huge. Crazy huge.
Yeah.
Let me just bring CoinGecko back up here real quick. All right, there we go. Can we get that? Okay, there we go. So Ethereum's made a huge pump, over 13% in the last week, over 2,300. I think when I was doing my live stream, it was something still at the $2,000 mark, and bam, here we go. BNB, I don't know. I like BNB. I know some people aren't fans of BNB, but even they are up 5%. XRP, look at this, 10% on XRP. I mean, I don't know. I don't hold any XRP. If Philip was here with us tonight again, he'd be ecstatic on his XRP holdings. But anyway, Solana, I can't stand Solana, but it is what it is. A lot of people got bags of it, and they haven't had any recent problems. Whatever. Almost 26% in the last 7 days. Now, I am a fan of Cardano, and look at this, 42%. It's at almost 55 cents.
It's crazy.
And most of that, I mean, look at it, 20% almost in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So like half of that thereabouts. It's absolutely insane. And I mean, if you listen to Crypto Crow, I don't know if anybody here does. I mean, he's a big Cardano bull.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, this is just the beginning, baby. We're moving from here. Let's see, AVAX. Love AVAX. I think it's a good investment, even at this price. Well, it's getting a little high. We should probably let it cool off a bit, but 42%, another one. Chainlink. Love Chainlink. I think they got a huge good future here in the space, and 13.5% in the last week.
You
Crazy.
saw that their next step of staking went live today?
I didn't see that. It did?
So there were, I think, 2 or 3 phases. There was like a early entry phase. I forget what it was called, where I think they opened up is either 30 or 45 million coins, and it filled up with like in 6 hours.
Oh.
And I think, I won't say anything more than in case I'm misquoting, because I just kind of read through it in the general touch points, but I know that there's going to be like, I think it was for like the first one was for people that already had nodes or something like that, that they were already vested in some way. And
Yep.
it wasn't just it wasn't until like either the second or third round where just casual token holders
I
can
was gonna
jump
say
in.
the me and yous, yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So that got reported with, oh, and Chainlink's up.
Yep.
One thing I was going to say, looking at the price, it's like every so often I'll go in, I'll look at whatever the top 100, top 50, 100 coins are and
Yep.
tokens. And it's interesting just how, if you go back to say like 2021, you go back to 2017, how they changed. Like I remember the last cycle, and this is partly for the audience who might be new to the space.
Yeah.
The DeFi tokens, the DeFi platform tokens were the huge thing that came on the scene, and those were popping into the top 100.
Yep.
And then we had a lot of the wrapped coins, like the wrapped Ether, the wrapped Bitcoin.
Yeah, which was the only way to interact between chains. Yep.
We have that, and then I'm looking now, and it looks like it's across the board. Like some of these protocols, I'm not familiar with. Like I'm saying, Mantle, Bittensour, Immutable.
Yep.
I find it interesting that Stacks is in the top 50. It's at number 49 at $1.4 billion of value, and that one, I'm intrigued by that. I don't know if you're familiar with Stacks at all.
I only in passing, please enlighten myself and everybody else.
So Stacks is a protocol that's built on top of Bitcoin. It's a second layer, like a layer 2 application. And Stacks is the token that is used on that platform. And I don't know if you remember when Miami's mayor, I think his last name is Suarez.
Yes. Yes.
And he was pushing an idea. Might have been like 2021 of the Miami coin.
Yes.
Where it's kind of like a civic incentive token, like if you do this or you do that, you can earn Miami coins. So I looked into Stacks and I looked into these coins, and you've got like I guess you can call them city coins, like Miami coin. I think there was New York City coin. I think there was like a Nashville coin and a few others where they had their own ledger, I guess you could probably boil it down to.
I get it.
So, yeah. And they run, it's almost like the Lightning Network where they run on top of the Stacks protocol.
Oh, I didn't realize they were on top of Stacks.
And then the Stacks protocol runs on top for validation. And I don't know the actual interaction with the Bitcoin chain, but it runs on top of Bitcoin. And then I saw there was some news sometime in this previous year where Stacks had actually, I'll look it up, where it had a huge jump. And I just, like, for giggles, I had like a few bucks sitting on Coinbase, and I had some Stacks, like, oh, okay, my $5 is now worth $10.
It's nice when that happens.
Yes. But yeah, it's more or less going, if I look on the past year, it's more or less going sideways. But yeah, that's a second layer token. So it's just interesting seeing how over time a lot of the coin chains, I don't know if you remember in 2017 how it was a lot of the layer 1 Bitcoin alternates, like let's see, Blackcoin was in there, Vertcoin.
Yes, Vertcoin.
Oh, what's the Purecoin? That's one I think of, one of the first proof of stake coins.
Yep.
Yeah, Dash was still on the top 100 list.
Yep.
And then now it's just, it's interesting to see how they turn over. And then also too, I'm seeing, like, I think it's, I don't know how many 100 entries per page, and it's like there's 114 pages of tokens and coins.
I know.
And I remember when they're like, oh, there's 1,000 different coins, and it's like, wow. It's
Now that's a drop in a bucket.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Drop in a bucket. I see we got some people still jumping in. I appreciate you being here. If you want to join Brian and I, the link is in the live chat. click on that. Come on in the back end here and feel free. Let's come talk crypto. And if nothing else, don't forget, guys, you got to vote for what we're going to dollar cost average into this week. Brian, before you leave, you got to give me your votes there, bud. Let me bring this up here. Just to remind everybody, let me get rid of that. Whoops, banner there so everybody can see. You get 2 votes this week. 2 votes. We're doing you're voting on either LCX, HBAR, Quant, Stellar, and Cardano to dollar cost average. For those who are new here, we what I'm trying to do is show you that you can take like $25 a week, dollar cost average, and make yourself a nice little pile of money that can have some hopefully. If you keep going longer than we do, I'm changing it up every 6 months to show you some different coins. But to be able to put together a nice stack and hopefully some life-changing stacks aside. So please make sure you vote in the live chat. If you're watching on Twitter, send me a message. I'll go check it before we tally the final votes. And also, we're going to be changing up beginning of January. So we'll talk more about that a little later on. I don't want to crowd Brian out here. We only got him for a little while, so I appreciate him being here. So what are you thinking, Brian? What do you want to put your votes for? Why don't you get the first votes, bro?
Cardano.
Yeah, all right, 1 for Cardano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anyone using Stellar these days? I know there's been talk with like maybe institutional use or
Yeah, they've had a couple of partnership announcements recently, and honestly, it couldn't have been too much because I can't remember what they are at the moment. But yeah, there's a lot less work going on XLM than there was a while ago. But as far as I know, yes, they're still working on XLM.
And is Quant its own blockchain? Is it?
Yes, it's one of those ISO 20022 coins that's going to help to try and bring basically our CFI, TradFi into our DeFi space.
Okay. And then, I don't know, it's a debate because between either Hedera or LCX, like that LCX, God, for me, that's just so speculative.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, and not for nothing. I mean, LCX for those of us in the United States, LCX is a hold and hope it goes up kind of coin. If you actually live in, hold on, let me bring it up for everybody here. Oops, wait, was that it? Yep, right here. If you live in these countries right here, you can actually stake your LCX on the LCX platform and earn like 7% or something for staking your LCX. It's crazy. But for those of us in the U.S., we're shit out of luck because we're in the U.S. and the SEC blows. So that's where we're at with that. So it's for us, it's a buy and hold kind of thing.
There's this part of me which is like run with it and going with LCX.
Yeah, hey, I mean, it's up to you. Your vote, and got TechMan voting in here, XLM and Cardano. TechMan, great to see you here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right, so I'll put in his votes, and then, like I said, Brian, you get yourself a second vote there. So whatever you think.
This week feels like LCX.
All right, LCX. You know what? LCX, we are way up on LCX. I got to show you. And okay. and again, this is I wasn't going to put an LCX in this. I was not. The LCX is here because of Philip. This was Philip's thing. And since it started really moving, he's had a lot of family things going on, so he hasn't really been able to join these Friday nights. And I'll tell you what, I'm waiting for him to come and so whoops, wrong one. So I can show him like, dude, look what you did. And hold on a second, I gotta bring up the right screen here for that. Share screen. Let's see, DCA right here. All right, so let's go back to the portfolio. Look at this. LCX, whoops. I got an average buy price of 4.2 cents, say 4.3 cents. It's currently over 7 cents. We are up 40, almost 41% on LCX. Absolutely crazy. Up like 41% on our LCX. So thank you, Philip. Thank you, Philip.
Oh, got in at a good time.
Yeah, we got in. It was just like, it was kind of like laying there or whatever. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. So we got a good buy-in price on that. I mean, overall, you can see just to kind of while we're here, we've put in $400 gross. We've incurred $39.68 in fees. So our net investment is only $360, and current pricing. I did this right before we came live, $448.41. So we're up total about 58% on our DCA. So there you go, folks. You can do this with as little as $25. And now I know prices are starting to climb, and I know they're going to take a breather, and I know they're going to come back down, and I understand all of that. But the idea is the consistency in the amount, consistency on the what you're investing into, and consistency on the when you're doing it. Any 2 cents you want to add to that there, Brian? By all means, please.
I was going to ask, are you buying using the Thor chain or?
Not for this set. For this group of DCA, I actually chose to use Coinbase, and the reason being was, again, showing the average new person coming in from the United States, where are they likely going to land? They're likely going to land on Coinbase. So I figured, okay, let's go do it that way. So that's the one I'm using with this particular doodad. But seeing you brought it up, for the next cycle, I am probably going to have to use Thorchain and or KuCoin perhaps. And feel free right here to jump in and give me some votes, because I need to whittle this thing down to 5. Basically, in the next portfolio, so starting in January, I want it to be Web3, gaming, P2E, that kind of thing. As the coins that we choose from. And I've listed like 10, 11 here, or whatever there is. And I'm asking for votes. I got the voting out on all my socials. And as the votes come in, I'm tabulating them here on the side, as you can see. And basically, I need to whittle it down. So, oops, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. So we got Ethereum, the Sandbox, Decentraland, MetaHero, Axie, Floki, ICP, Gala, Engine Coin, Immutable X, Illuvium, and Vulcan Forge. Do you have any preferences on those? Throw your votes in there and help me to narrow it down to 5 there, my friend.
Most of those I am not familiar with. Is the Sandbox, is that on any particular chain or multiple chains?
They are themselves.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if you remember, back in 2017, did you follow a guy from Florida, J Snip for Cliff High, Bixweir?
No, I
So they've got their own things like, they come from a completely different circle, like Digging in the Woo, the fraud in the monetary system. One guy was just doing, social commentary, more conservative leaning and stuff. And Cliff High, he's fun because he, for years would run, knowledgeable guy, and he developed software like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that they're like web bots. And what they'll do is they'll scrape the internet, chat boards, social media, websites, whatever, and kind of look for specific linguistics, and based on that and how it's used, the frequency, the other language wrapped around it, can kind of take a tabulation of probabilities, likelihoods, directions of things and stuff.
I heard something about that. Yeah.
And one of these, and they 2017 cycle, they got into the crypto, and one of the things they got into was there was a token on Ethereum called Sand Token. And it was, I think it was a Russian guy or something, where they were basically trying to tokenize the business of like construction related sand built for cement, concrete, that sort of thing. And I mean, it eventually died. It was one of those, hey, let's try this. Everyone's getting a crypto token, and then it just died.
Yeah,
Or I
no.
saw
And I stand corrected. I forgot. Sandbox was originally built on Ethereum, and it is still on Ethereum, as well as it looks like Polygon here at this point. Hold on. But it's a gaming thing. Hold on. You know what? Let me bring up their page so you can see, because when you see it, you might remember it was like huge back in like the last bull cycle here. Hold on, let me bring it up. Sorry, too many controls, too many web pages. Sandbox, where are you? Oh, right here. Do you remember this?
Honestly, no. As soon as people start saying something it's Web3, my eyes gloss over, because it's like, how much is buzzword and how
that's the next move for this. I mean, but this was its own thing. This was humongous in this last help me. This last bull cycle. I forgot what the all-time high was. Hold on, let me go look actually. Oops. But now, yes, they're building toward Web3. So's everybody, right? So's everything. What was the all-time high? Yeah, the all-time high was like $8.40. And it's sitting here now at 50 cents. 50 cents. Them and Decentraland. Decentraland was one I actually bought into like when I first got into the space. Literally back 2017. Actually, it was literally, beside Bitcoin, it was one of the first ones I got into. Way early. And I sold when it hit a high. Is the token, and they're built or was originally built on Ethereum. Looks like they might be on Poly as well. Wow, they're at 53 cents now. That's wow. I should have waited. I should have waited to sell. Hang on, let's bring that back up here. All right. So yeah, but again, another gaming platform. Honestly, I don't think they were even as popular as the Sandbox was, or Axie Infinity. Axie was another one that was dropping my stuff everywhere. That was huge in the last bull run. But I think, me personally, I think that like gaming tokens and P2E options and stuff like this, I really think we're going to see some major moves coming in 2024 into 2025 in this bull run. I think these are going to be the biggest gainers. That's, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old bastard on YouTube. But that's, I really believe that there's going to be something with these gaming tokens, especially the P2Es that are already utilizing NFTs, so you can like own your own stuff. That's just huge. Just huge. So my opinion, again, my opinion. But anyway, to back to that, I need to narrow down this field here. So please feel free, help me out. I know you're not familiar with most of these, but basically, just to kind of, what Ethereum is. I don't have to go over Ethereum. We just went over Sandbox and Decentraland. MetaHero. You know what? MetaHero is one of those unsung that I don't tell a lot of people about, but I decided to throw it in here. I have a small bag. Holy shit! Hi, Philip. How the hell are you?
Good.
I was just saying, I wish Philip was gonna show up tonight, and I'll tell you why later. But I am so glad you're here. I'm explaining something to Brian because Brian has to leave pretty soon. So can you bear with me for a second? I am so glad you're here. I really am. Good to see you, my friend. So anyway, like I was saying, Brian, the where was I? MetaHero. It's one of those little Ethereum-based tokens, and what they're doing, and it was all white paper, building it out for the longest time. It literally just went live in, I forgot where, somewhere in Central Asia to start with. And they're literally scanning people. Like they will scan you. You go there. Remember how WorldCoin was scanning your eye?
Yeah.
Well, MetaHero will scan your entire body to create your avatar, an actual avatar of you for Web3.
Huh.
I think that's going to be so. You're in Web3 now. Boom, there you are. I think to me that's one of those little hidden gems. Tough to get. It's not on a lot of exchanges. Mostly DeFi type things. But yeah, that's what that one is. Axie Infinity, again, much like the Sandbox and Decentraland. Floki started out and still is to some degree a meme token, but they're now expanding into Web3. ICP expanding into Web3. Gala Games, of all of these ones from the last bull cycle, Gala Games was like neck and neck with Axie for being the number one. And they are introducing that Gala has so many new, contracts to bring some of these Web 2 games into Web 3. I think it's going to be humongous. I think they're going to be humongous. Engine Coin, same thing. Immutable X. I'm not as familiar with Immutable X, but I know they're working the Web3 angle. And the same thing with the Illuvium and the Vulcan Forge. They're more P2E. So they're focusing strictly P2E. So that's a quick overview without literally, the complete breakdown there, if you know what I'm saying. So
yeah.
I don't know. You want to toss some votes in there anywhere?
I was going to say, how long is the voting open? You keeping the voting open for?
That is a great question. Thank you. I'm probably going to keep it open one more week, and then I'm going to tabulate it up. Well, because I need to do like I did with these and put this kind of thing together. That way everybody knows what's going on. We lost Philip. Knows what's going on and that kind of thing. And to basically get ready for January.
Okay.
So I mean, ultimately you've got a little bit longer. I just figured while you were here, maybe you wanted to.
No, I can see that's like, okay, no. I realized that you already got the voting open. Was Chili's anything that you had that passed your mind? Because when I think about like, I want to say I had heard a lot of news for them. I know there was NFTs, but I want to say it was something related to gaming. Don't quote me.
Well, let's go take a quick look here because I'm passingly familiar with Chili's. Hang on, I'm trying to. All right. Oh, yeah. Welcome to our website. Sure. Hang on, I'll bring that up.
All right. And just as a side note, I'm hearing the oven going off. So
okay,
a few minutes left.
I understand. All right. Here we go. So here's the Chili's website. We're building the Web3 infrastructure for sports and entertainment.
Because I want to say in the last cycle, they were pretty big with a lot of announcements for like certain sports teams or certain collector stuff.
Now that I'm here, that's exactly because I remember it being the right here, the Paris thing, and then there was another one with what was his name? The soccer player. I'm having a brain cramp right now. But yeah, they use some of these tokens to help sign his contract, that kind of thing.
Ronaldo, maybe.
God, it's on my website. I did a whole thing about it actually. Fan tokens. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Fan tokens, but that's not the who. Yeah, that's basically yes, you're correct. That's exactly what this is. This is which is probably why they eluded my radar with regard to this, because I'm thinking that oh wait,
the host.
Hey, welcome back, Philip.
Hey.
Hi, Wendy. Hi. And then what do we got here? Oh, wait, what do we got here? Chris, welcome. Just stop by. Hit that like button. Say what's up. Appreciate you being here, having dinner with the fam. I understand. Appreciate you listening in the background. Chris, before you leave, don't forget to vote. You get to vote for 2 items that we're going to dollar cost average into here this week. So before you go finish dinner with the fam, LCX token, H-bar, Quant, Stellar, or Cardano. Don't forget to vote. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's where we are. And Brian, when you gotta go, I understand, man.
Okay, no, it's time.
Okay, hey, listen, Brian, let me just bring this up here.
Okay.
Tell everybody where they can find you. Tell everybody about your weekly recap, all that kind of stuff, so everybody can go and check your stuff out.
Okay, the elevator cell. So the main website, tinycryptoblog.com. I've got social media links there. Main channel would be on YouTube. I've also got social media links in show notes. I do a weekly headline summary so I can get the high level updates of what's going on in the space, get the pulse of things. If I come across any videos, I share videos of the week. Usually it's short, just little snippets to kind of keep you informed without getting in too in depth. And then, the last few months I've been doing a weekly summary where I kind of take a pulse of what's going on during the week and pull it all together and kind of bring up whatever the big issues are that kind of put like a high level view. And I'll be doing that at 8:30 Central tonight. Yeah, we got multiple platforms: BitChute, Odyssey, Brighteon. Got audio with Anchor FM and Spotify, and
Nice.
yeah, I'm on Twitter where I get a little spicy sometimes, but hey, that's what Twitter's for.
That's all right. You know what? I gotta hook back up with you because I'm trying to get myself on like Spotify, transition my lives into actual podcasts. So I'll circle back with you about that.
Okay.
Everybody, listen. The link to his YouTube channel in the description of this live stream. Go help the boy out. Show him some love. You're gonna appreciate his opinion on things. I promise you that. And what time did you say? You said 8:30 Central?
8:30 Central. That's when I shoot for, because that's just how the timing works out for me in my own personal life. So that's when I run it.
Okay, so 9:30 Eastern for those who are here on Eastern time, and that's tonight. Yes.
Yes, every Friday.
Okay, if I'm wrapped up by then, I'll be forcing everybody that way for you. So let's hope they go and give you some love.
All right, Keith.
Hey,
Bill,
Brian, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah.
take care.
All right,
Thank you.
later.
All right, bye.
All right, Philip. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
I am so glad.